Okay, here we're going to talk about berylliosis. Next, we're going to talk about asbestosis. So berylliosis is going to be represented by what's going on the top floor over here, and that makes sense because berylliosis affects the upper lungs. And next, we're going to talk about asbestosis, and that's going to be represented by the bottom floor over here, and that makes sense because asbestosis affects the lower lobes of the lungs. So let's start with berylliosis, and that's going to be represented by this guy over here, who's beer with roses. He's just beer with roses. Beer with roses for berylliosis. So berylliosis is a chronic lung disease caused by exposure to beryllium, hence its name berylliosis. And so people who develop berylliosis are those who are exposed to beryllium, such as those who work in the aerospace, represented by this rocket over here, as well as the manufacturing industries. And that's why we have the manufacturing machine back there. What's this granny doing over here? This to help us remember that in berylliosis, there are non-caseating granulomas that develop. Granny for granuloma. These granulomas develop due to aggregating CD4 cells and macrophages. And because these granulomas form, occasionally berylliosis can be responsive to steroids. Let's take a look at what's going on this side of the room. So here we have this tumor guy who's trying to come into the room. Maybe he likes beer, I don't know. And we also have this heart over here who's also trying to get it. Maybe this heart is also a beer fan. But anyway, this is going to help us remember the complications seen in berylliosis. The tumor guy, he shows up in our tumor videos. Berylliosis can predispose to an increased risk of cancer. And the heart, with the right ventricle exploding, is going to help us remember car pulmonale. So berylliosis, just like asbestosis, has no specific cure, but we try to treat the symptoms.